So, Scream Fortress 2021. There's quite a bit to cover, but since I'm kind of the map person, I'll be talking about the maps. So this won't be another video talking about the wacky sex cosmetic. I guess Scout isn't a virgin anymore.
Boom! Butt stuff!
Anyway, wow, 6 new maps, including MVM Ghost Town. That gives us 31 Halloween maps. That's one for every day of the month. I was expecting between 2 or 4, but 6! I guess since Scream Fortress is really the only big update nowadays, it kinda makes sense, but that's still a lot of spook. Anyway, let's take a peek at these maps. EREBUS is the spooky version of a map called Ambush. I've seen quite a few people compare EREBUS to Dust Bowl. I think this is more because players aren't really used to multi-stage attack defense. What was the last one added? Snowplow? I guess we're not really used to this format aside from playing Dust Bowl over and over again, with the odd game of Egypt chucked in. It doesn't help we get a wacky long round time like Dust Bowl as well. I think the layout on this map is really good. I don't get lost often, and I normally end up where I'm supposed to be. I like how there's multiple pathways to reach an area, meaning you can't really make a choke point on this map. At the same time, it doesn't feel unfair to defend. It strikes that good balance between the two roles. My main gripe with this map is the very short capture times. These ghosts going past the capture areas. I think if the cap times were increased and the number of ghosts were lowered, then I'd like EREBUS a lot more. Shout out to the ghosts with the rocket and grenade launchers. That's pretty cute. An arena map? In 2021? Graveyard is the spooky version of Lumberyard. For those too young to remember the days of Arena, it was a game mode where you don't respawn and both teams fight until everyone's either dead on one side or the point is captured. The closest comparison would be something like how Counter-Strike works, I guess, but without the buy round. Imagine TF2 with a buy round. Arena is kind of a dead game mode, with the previous last Arena map being Buyer back in 2015 with the Invasion update. And yes, it's pronounced Buyer, I was surprised too. Most Arena maps have been reused for custom game modes. I actually had someone in a game ask if this was a port of a Saxton Hale map. So, how is the map? Well, I like it. Lumberyard was a small map anyway, so games are short but sweet. I like the little heal ghost you become when you die, letting you do something other than nothing. I also like the custom HUD setup for Arena. I got excited thinking all Arena maps got updated, but it's only for this map, and was disappointed when I loaded up non-spooky Lumberyard to find it the same as it ever was.
Okay, this does not look good here.
To my surprise, this is because it's actually a modified version of player destruction as the game mode base. There was a bug involving how the heals ghost model was handled, meaning it would swap some ghost models on other maps when Graveyard was loaded first. I also encountered some missing textures and model glitches when I recorded some footage. Look at that missing HUD. There's been an update to this map rather recently, well, recent as I make this video, that appears to have fixed these problems and added some more bits and pieces, so it should be okay now. Synthetic is a spooky version of a map called, well, Synthetic. It's a pretty standard King of the Hill map gameplay wise, with a good layout, but what makes this map stand out is all the lore going on around the map. Based off the workshop page, Annabelle Sinclair, the sole heir to the Sinclair fortune, spent her time alone on the property, obsessed with her research that combines science and magic. She retrofitted the estate for her experiments to create synthetic life. However, death came to the estate, and due to a bungle in the paperwork, Red and Blue are fighting over the remains.
I am assuming
Sinclair is a nod towards Clive Sinclair, a pioneer of the computing industry, especially home computing with devices such as the ZX Spectrum, among many other things. Oh, and we get a new boss too, the Toastmaster. I'm guessing he's a reskinned Skeleton King by the way he moves. I'm not too sure how he fits in the lore of the map. I'm sure someone can make a 30-minute long creepy analysis video about it, but that's not me. Pretty cool to see, but I've only managed to kill him once. I really enjoy this map, and it makes me hope non-spooky Synthetic gets in one day. I love me a good cough map.
also sometimes the portrait of Annabelle Sinclair blinks at you. I don't like her.
Farmageddon is a player destruction map and a farm theme map, so it's already a favourite of mine. I love the theming going on here. It reminds me of some kind of movie, but I can't put my finger on it. The flatter layout of this map makes collecting the Weed Killer more easy than other PD maps, but not too easy. I found aside from some sneaky spies, most fighting happens in the middle. Teleporters are very useful on this map. One aspect of the map I do not like is only one team can hand in their captures at a time. I feel this can be very unfair as this map has a similar problem to Cursed Cove, where if one team controls the capture area, then no one else on the other team can drop off their thingy-majigs, technical term for PD objects. That means a winning capture can be stopped if Gary the Flong Pyro decides to AFK a bit on the cap area. I also think the pumpkin area is too easily protected by sentries. Once you set one down, especially underneath the ramps near the stairs, it's very difficult to take it down. I think adding something to stop buildings around here would help a lot. Aside from that, I find this map really fun and adore the theming. Also, I really like the talking pumpkin head in both teams spawn.
Some kind of looking at pumpkins guy.
How do I say this one? Los MERTOS? MERTOS? I'm going with that. It means the dead because this map is Day of the Dead themed. This map is definitely the standout map for this year, at least visually. The giant church is probably my favourite part of this map to oogle at. I love me some big empty buildings. A lot of players are saying this reminds them of Overwatch, which I kind of agree with, but I think it's more of a result of the theming rather than gameplay. Speaking of which, I'd really like to see a non-spooky version become a thing at some point. Gameplay wise, I enjoy it. I feel something should be done to make it more balanced, but I can't put my finger on it. It might be because I mostly spend most of my time as a pyro air blasting people off the edge, where you go to the afterlife rather than use the rest of the map. Very fun. When I was streaming the new maps, someone pointed out the pedal bridge looks like nacho cheese corn chips, and now I can't unsee it. Thank you for that. Last but not least is Terra. Terra is described as the sister map to EREBUS on its workshop page. According to the TF2 wiki, both maps are referencing the ships used during the ill-fated Franklin expedition. Also according to the workshop page, Its location is somewhere between the Carnival of Carnage and Gravestone. Terra is pretty standard by Screen Fortress standards, but that works in its strength. It doesn't have to have a big gimmick to be a good map. I love the setup of either defeating or defending Gonzo, ancient circus god Bonzo's brother. I wonder if he's the older or younger brother. The map plays into Payload's ability to force players to move through different areas of the map, and there are a lot of areas to see. I want to say more about Terra, but it's just a fun Payload map with Screen Fortress elements, and that's all it needs. During a stream, someone in chat kept talking about some kind of pyro-inflation Easter egg on this map. They were probably pulling my leg, but I'm still keeping an eye out for it. Also, we got those weaponized ghosts again. Yay! This year's Screen Fortress was full of banger maps. I would be surprised if you don't have a map you like this year. On that note, please remember these maps were made by real people, and typing doo-doo words on the internet because you don't like a thing isn't the nicest thing to do. I guess some people are never satisfied. Well anyway, by the time this video comes out, I'm gonna assume most people have finished their contracts and are just enjoying them spooky maps. Now, I wonder if we'll get another Smithmas update.
Come on. What? 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 I'm sorry, what? I'm gonna tag that. That's fascinating.